Hey guys, THUNDERSTUD here, and today we're chilling on some pure memes with Labyrinth Builder and just some level 2 tuners. Nothing too new except for this ranked duel synchro. He's level 7, he's called the 7 Swords Warrior. What does he do? Once per turn, when an equipped card is equipped to this card, inflict 400 damage to your opponent, so it's whatever. Once per turn, you can target one equipped card, send it to the graveyard. When an equipped card is equipped to this card is sent to the graveyard, except during the damage phase, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, destroy that target. So I originally saw this card, and I'm like, okay, there's one card they just unbanned that might work really well with this card. It's Assault Armor, so equip only to a warrior-type monster, which 7 Sword Warrior is. Gains 300 during your main phase. You can send this equipped card to the graveyard and allow the equipped monster to attack twice per battle phase. So the way I was reading it, I was understanding that us sending our Assault Armor, which was banned, I think it was limited to 2. I think it was on the 2 limit, believe it or not. They put it on the 3 limit here, but that frees it up for us to use and still use the 2 and 1 limit. It might have been 1 limited too, even. Pretty crazy, but we're using it here. So you would send this to the graveyard in your main phase, gain a second attack. Here it says when an equipped card is equipped to this card is sent to the graveyard except during the damage step, but perfectly fine. You can target one face-up monster you control, destroy that target. On paper this should work. Every time I tried it, it says I would miss the timing, so I'm not really sure why that is, but I thought it would work. It's still plenty of synergy with a warrior monster and an equip card, because you could just send it and destroy one, but you have to choose. I assumed it would be both. You would equip him with the Assault Armor, send it, target a face-up, get to attack twice. Doesn't quite work out like that. But we also have more equips I wanted to kick the tires on that have been limited. It's bamboo swords. So a lot of the bamboo swords are pretty useless, and you try to get to this draw power. But with 7 Swords Warrior, you can send the useless equip card like Broken Bamboo Sword and still get value out of it to destroy a face-up monster. So I thought this was also a good opportunity to use some bamboo swords once again. Then we finish it off with 3 mage power for heavy damage. Lots of level 2 tuners. We got Diva. That opens the door to a lot. That's a Quarion Gandrix and a nice and easy Shining Elf, which is 2 level 2 monsters. We can get that out with some Plague Spreaders and some Divas. Divas can do it by herself. 1600 monster that will lower another monster who's summoned or normal summoned by 500 just by discarding material. Very, very cool little card and easy to get out in this deck. On top of that, like I said, just level 7s. We have a Black Rose, 7 Swords Warrior, and Samurai Destroyer. We have 2 Vermilion. This is all thanks to Citri. So Citri, when, let's say your 7 Swords Warrior didn't go well, you have a Citri on the field, you can banish him from your graveyard with the Citri on the field. That's Vermilion Dragon Mech. Or if you just have your Labyrinth Wall, you can do it for Samurai Destroyer. So it makes Citri really more depth to the monsters we can bring out, and we're not just reliant on one Labyrinth Builder play. So it's definitely a meme deck, guys. It's not going to run you to COG. It's not going to get you a bunch of wins. I really thought the interaction between Assault Armor and 7 Swords Warrior would be better, and that's why they were unbanning a little bit of Assault Armor, but didn't quite play out like that. So it's just a fun little Labyrinth Builder revisit with some different mechanics. But yeah, not the, a single Karma Cut could disrupt your place, so it's definitely some memes. But I hope you guys enjoy, and thanks for watching. Alright, here we are facing a Sartorius, going first. Can't get any duels in Legend without facing a Sartorius. There's Master Destiny. We have some Assault Armor. We have a Diva. We're going to start with the Diva. This play I like to make first turn, especially when I kind of know what I'm fighting. We're going to go with a Shining Elf first turn, so any monster he summons will be able to lower its attack by 500, even if it's a Desperado Barrel Dragon. It's a permanent lowering. So here we're going to throw away 2 equips for our Labyrinth Wall. We normal summon our Citri. He shows us Head Judging, But we can avoid that as long as we don't activate an effect. So here's our 7 Swords Warrior. We don't use Assault Armor because that would trigger his effect. And we swing for 1600 over that Blast Spider, checking for a Desperado, and there was none. So here he's going Cup of Ace, sets a card. Now we're going to use this Bamboo Sword. He's going to negate it with a Parshath. That actually works really well for us because it's chaining to the Bamboo Sword, not our 7 Swords Warrior. So that's going to give him the Parshath. Now we're going to use Shining Knight. Shining Knight's going to discard 1 to lower him by 500. But now he's going to use the Head Judging. It's perfect for us because that frees up our Swords Warrior. Head Judging, we call heads, and we get tails. I was kind of counting on that because I want him to have this monster. I did not want him to have this monster, but he can have this monster. So he's going to take the Shining Elf with Head Judging. We equip ourselves with the Assault Armor. That's 400 for the equip, 2600 over the 1600 monster. That's exactly 1k lethal over Desperado. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a little Yugi going first. He's using Dark Magician Cup and a Yugi sleeve, so he's all about it. Here we're going to start with our Deep Sea Diva. I don't really know what this guy has, but I'm assuming he's going to normal summon or special summon a monster. So we're going to start with our first turn Shining Elf. Now the problem with first turn Shining Elf is we can't put Assault Armor on our warrior. Here he's Fire Fists, so he brings out a Rooster, we lower it by 500, uses Ties That Bind, he's still able to swing over us. Why is he able to swing over us? This is a Dual Carnival duel. He gets a boost for Beast Warriors, because I think he's Bujin. So it was, we would have got over this monster, he would not have been able to kill our Shining Elf if this was not a Dual Carnival duel. So we would have protected ourselves, but we move on. We'll roll with the disadvantage. We have our 7 Swords Warrior. We equip the card, do 400 damage. Now we're going to unequip for a second swing. Or no, sorry, we use the 7 Swords Warrior for destroying the monster. We can't swing twice. If this deck was working how I had imagined, I would be able to use the Assault Armor to throw it away, gain 2 attacks, and that alone would trigger his effect to destroy the face-up monster. Because a lot of Fire Fist back row, especially Fire Fist traps, interact with your monster. You generally need a monster. Here we're swinging for lethal, but he hits us with the Sphere Boy. We also have a Sentry, guys, so this is a Vermilion Dragon mech if we lose our 7 Swords Warrior, but right now it's a Samurai Destroyer, because we can just grab our Labyrinth Wall out of the graveyard, bring out our Samurai Destroyer. We still have our 1800 boy. He uses his fire formation to get him up to 2800. Chooses to destroy our 7, or not our 7 Swords Warrior, chooses to destroy the Samurai Destroyer. Either way, we are going to get over this boy as long as we just drew an equip. We draw exactly that. We target the Mage Power on the 7 Swords Warrior. That hits him for 400. We throw the equip away. The monster is gone, and now we swing for lethal. Great stuff, guys. Okay, here's Seto Kaiba going first, using balance. We have our Assault Armor, Plague Spreader Zombie. Good first turn because he can just hop right out. Now I assumed I was fighting Blue Eyes. That's why I didn't go into that first turn Deep Sea Diva Shining Elf play. Had I known it was Gladiator Beasts, I probably would have done the Shining Elf play. He gets an extra boost, an extra 600 attack for being a Beast Warrior monster in this Dual Carnival setup. But he's going to use his Gyzaris anyway. Gyzaris, however you say that monster's name. Destroys our Plague Spreader. Hits us for 2400. Brings out 2 more Gladiator Beasts. So, we're going to normal summon Deep Sea Diva first. Use her effect. That's 2. Since we got them both off, we're able to lab build. We still have a Mage Power. We're going to go with one of my favorite boss monsters in all of Duel Links, guys. He is the man. It is Quarion Gandrix. You're about to see how strong he is right now. We banish 2 huge monsters. He's going to Gladiator Beast Charge, which is going to destroy our poor Quarion. But once he's destroyed, we get to bring back one of his monsters. we get to bring back that Plague Spreader zombie. We use his own level 7 monster against him to make a Vermilion Dragon mech. That's going to allow us to banish a Diva. Destroy that Hollow Life Barrier. He should have used it, I guess, but I guess he wanted to keep whatever was in his hand. Top decks a monster, Darius. Commits Senpuku, shows us he can't do anything else. And we finish the duel. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing another Paradox Brothers, going second. Now this is a, what do you call those? Dual Carnival duel. So now, that means his Gladiator Beast is going to be really strong because we're Gladiators. Or, he's a Gladiator Beast team, obviously. So he gets a 2400 Lucari. We don't get any abnormal boost from these Dual Carnivals, so it's a complete disadvantage to us. Bigger field to come over with this 2400 Lucari. Now, he has a back row set. We're going to Synchro into our 7 Swords Warrior. We use our Assault Armor that hits him for 400. We put Mage Power on. That's 3600. Now we're using that Assault Armor. Then we send our own Mage Power to destroy the monster. But if only Assault Armor worked, guys. It says we missed the timing. So you send Assault Armor, now you gain a second attack. It says when an equipped card is sent to the graveyard, target one face-up monster your opponent controls, destroy it. Should work. Should work. Would have been cool if it did. So we destroy the monster. Here he has Impenetrable Attack. Still wouldn't have been lethal for us. But it would have been better if Assault Armor worked because we would have kept our Mage Power. Would have lost the Mage Power here, but again, regardless. Or actually, I remember this duel. So there's one card in our deck that can save us right now. I still wind up misplaying, but there's one card in our deck. We got a top deck out of 17 cards right now, and that's Citri, guys. So now, like I said, the Citri can use the 7 Swords Warrior, make a Vermilion Dragon. I kind of misplay. No kind of about it. He had two 2500 monsters. He goes straight to the end phase. So I pass it up. What I was supposed to do was just use Citri. So in the end phase, I could chain Citri. I can use our 7 Swords Warrior, Synchro immediately into a Vermilion Dragon mech, use his effect, banish a tuner, destroy one, swing over the other, EP in pure top deck mode, and he top decks 2 monsters right after this. So I do eventually end the duel because I didn't do that Synchro. But that's what I should have done. I thought he would swing and change to the battle phase. I thought he was changing to the battle phase. Didn't work out like that. He went straight to the end phase. I wasn't paying close enough attention. But had I been, I would have won the duel. We would have synchroed into a Vermilion, destroyed one with this effect, destroyed one with the swing. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing a Yami Yugi, going second. No sleever map for our boy. He is down to 20 cards though. So we have Assault Armor and some tuners. He sets 2 back row. We get a Bamboo Sword, don't really need that. We're going to start by summoning our Plague Spreader. So our boy's UA, he's trying to build for another turn, which means all we gotta do is hit for that lethal. So I really thought this interaction would work. I don't know why it makes you miss the timing with 7 Swords Warrior and Assault Armor, because it should trigger his effect when you use your Assault Armor to send it to the graveyard and gain a double attack. It should trigger him to destroy a face-up monster, but it doesn't. So you can imagine here, that's what it would do. We use the Assault Armor, destroy a monster. It does not work like that. But we still get to punish nice and open fields with our double attack 7 Swords Warrior. So for a Labyrinth Builder deck to be successful, you need to put in a bunch of anti-back row, which this deck has virtually none of. So like I said, you get beat by 1 Karma Cut, you get beat by 1 Fiendish Chain, lots of easy plays beat you. You do have a little more depth with the Citries and the level 2 tuners combining together for the Xyz and stuff like that. It gives a little more depth, but you're still shut down by back row. So you probably have to remove all of the Bamboo Swords. And I mean, it would still be worth it just keeping the Assault Armor and the Mage Power. That Assault Armor just worked how these cards say it should, but it doesn't, which is kind of disappointing. Still a fun little deck to revisit, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching.